Hi students, class 7 water chapter is going on. So in my previous video I told you about the distribution of water on the earth's surface. That is, what percentage of water is available for us to be used, what is the amount of fresh water, what is saline water, what is the water present in polar caps, all these things. Today I am going to discuss about various forms of water. Actually this chapter is the easiest chapter. Then also I am discussing, you know that physically water can exist in three different forms. They are ice, liquid water and water vapor. These are the three forms in which water can exist. So liquid water is the form, maximum amount of water exists in this form on the surface of the earth. We generally recognize water in the liquid form. We say that water means liquid form. So the temperature at which liquid water exists on the earth's surface is a wide range, because we know that the freezing point of water is 0 degree or melting point of water is 0 degree and the boiling point is 100 degree. So 0 to 100 in this wide range, 0 to 100 degrees Celsius, in this wide range the water exists in the liquid form. That's why in most of the places we can find water in the liquid form. In the place where the temperature goes below 0 degree, their water changes into ice, they freezes. During winter season in our country also, in many places the water freezes, and in European countries and the countries which are near to poles, there also water freezes during winter. And water vapor is also present in the atmosphere, because evaporation of water occurs all the time. That is, water is changing into vapor state by the sun rays. So water vapor also exists in the atmosphere, but in general we know water in the liquid form. So these states of water, that is the physical states of water, can be converted from one form to another. So they are known as interchanging the states of matter. Interchanging the states of matter means the water which exists in a particular physical state can be changed from one form to another. How does the changes occur? That only I have written. If water is existing in the form of ice, if we heat, it will change into liquid water. When liquid water will be condensed, that if it is cooled, then again ice will be formed. Again water, if heated, steam is going to form. Water vapor forms without heating. At normal temperature also evaporation occurs. But steam is formed due to boiling of water, that is possible by heating the water. So by heating, water changes into steam. Same form but little bit different. Water vapor and steam, there is a difference between these two. Water vapor do not contain enough energy with it, but steam contains high amount of energy. Suppose you have seen sometimes that very hot roti falls on your hand, and if the roti is having a hole, hot roti having a hole, it falls on your hand will get burned very easily, and it will be very effective, means you will itching and pain can be felt very easily. This is the reason that inside the hot roti steam is present. Water in the form of steam is present, which is associated with higher amount of energy, higher amount of heat energy, that is going to burn your skin. But normal evaporation which is occurring every time, water vapor which is present around you is not going to cause any skin burning, or you are not going to be affected in such a way. So there is a difference between the word steam and water vapor. It is formed by boiling of water, by heating of water, but vapor is formed without heating at normal temperature. That steam is when cooled, that is by cooling, water is going to be formed. So this is a continuous process which occurs in the atmosphere. In our atmosphere, the changing of water from one state to another state is continuous, and it is continuing from very earlier age to till date, and it will continue when we will not be there, then also this will continue. And that continuous cycle is known as water cycle. Water cycle, that or we can say water cycle is what? Water cycle is changing of water from one physical state to another and returning back to the previous state through various process in the form of a cycle, that is known as water cycle. In different book, different definitions are there, so you can write according to your own. Now I will discuss water cycle in detail. Okay. So now I am going to discuss about water cycle. Water cycle definition I have written. I have already told I have written, so you can write it down from here also. What is water cycle? The cyclic process by which water circulates from one form to another. Form means physical form. So three forms are there. It circulates from one form to another between the earth's oceans, atmosphere and land. It's called water cycle. Where it circulates in between earth's atmosphere, land and oceans. All these things are included. So that whole process is known as water cycle. Again I am saying, the cyclic process by which water circulates from one form to another between the earth's ocean, atmosphere and land is called water cycle. So you can write it down from here. I have drawn the diagram of water cycle also. This kind of diagram you have learned from junior classes. So same process is shown here. You can go through it. What it is written here? This is the ocean or sea. From here evaporation is occurring. How? Due to sun's rays, heat is falling and continuous evaporation is occurring. Similarly, plants are there. Through transpiration, water vapor is moving up. Due to the movement of water vapor in the upward direction, clouds are going to form. Okay, and these clouds, when condense, then they form bigger water droplets. Due to the formation of bigger droplets, precipitation occurs. Precipitation means joining of smaller droplets to form bigger droplets. And due to that, it falls down in the form of rain, snow and other forms also. When it is falling down after precipitation, so where it is collected in river and stream. It may be through infiltration, it is entering inside the ground. Infiltration means depositing inside the ground. So through infiltration it is depositing inside the ground, it is going in the ground water, going as a ground water. Runoff means through drain, through canal, it is flowing and mixing with river, lakes, etc. That is runoff. That lake is again going to mix with the sea. So everything is having connected. So in this way the cycle continuously going on. Water is evaporating, forming cloud, condensation is occurring, precipitation is occurring. Again water is falling down in the form of rain, snow, hail, etc. That water is collected in various places in the form of river water, lake water, underground water, and that underground water is used by plants for photosynthesis. Through plants, through transpiration it is moving up. Again all runoff is going to mix with sea or ocean. From there again evaporation is going to occur. So this is a continuous cycle. It is going on continuously. So this you have learned from very junior classes. Again I have explained it in a proper way so that you can recall it properly and it should be fit inside your mind so that you will never make mistake and it will be easier for you to understand. So please go through the definition, write it down, and another thing I want to say that your next exam will be in the month of January, not in the month of December. So don't panic about the syllabus. Your syllabus will be completed in time. So next exam is on January. So enjoy. Thank you.